how you doing? I'm doing pretty fantastic. Thank you for asking. I know, my room's a mess. Do you know why? Because my life is a mess. I am a mess. I have a special guest today. You may know him as a Thor. I haven't done a Q&A in quite some time, so I thought maybe it'll be time to do it. First question comes from Steven, and he wants to know, is being lonely a good enough reason to find a girlfriend or boyfriend? No! Steven, don't go searching for someone to take away your loneliness, because if you try to put your happiness in someone else, it's not going to end up good. You don't want to go find someone that will just fix your loneliness. You have to fix your loneliness within yourself. You can't love someone else if you don't love yourself. You can't find happiness in someone else if you can't make yourself happy to begin with. If you are completely fine with yourself and you like who you are as a person, but you just kind of want someone there, have fun, go find someone. But don't search for someone that's gonna fix something that you have a problem with. TJ wants to know, is an ostrich really a bird if it cannot fly? TJ, did you go to school? Of course it's not a bird, it's a dinosaur. Boom wants to know, do you still listen to any bands from when you went on Warped Tour, like Breathe Carolina? I do, but it's very, very rare, because here's the thing. It kind of brings up memories that I'd like to leave in the past. Nothing bad, it's just, when I was on Warped Tour, I was a completely different person than I am now, because when I was on Warped Tour, I hated myself. And all the years before that, I hated myself. And now, finally, after all this time, I can truly say that I like myself, I like who I am, and I love myself. How that Thor is literally ripping my records off of my wall right now. And he's gonna lay on Harry Styles. I mean, same, but like, stop. You may be wondering, Kate, you hated yourself for so long. How can you love yourself? And you still think that you're not attractive. How can you love yourself? I don't put value in my level of attractiveness. I don't think I'm attractive, and I've reached a point to where I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. I am aware that other people believe otherwise, and that's fine. It doesn't bother me. I just see myself how I see myself, and that's fine. The thing is, what changed my mind, what started the wheel of me starting to like myself, is I read a post and it said, you know how you fall in love with people in books, how the author describes them, or when they do little quirky things here and there. Imagine if somebody wrote you. Imagine if an author wrote about you and all the little quirks that no one really sees. So for me, no one hears me singing to myself, no one sees me dancing, no one sees me reenacting like if I was on Ellen for some weird reason. Like, why would I be on Ellen? I don't know, but it's fun to imagine. Put all these things together of who you are, and you're easy to love. Like, it's not that hard of a decision. So, I mean, it's taken me like a year, but you know, eventually you just have to ask yourself, like, why do I hate myself? What have I done to make me hate myself, you know? Thor gets it. And here's another thing too, is like, if you can think of like genuine reasons, not because like, I hate myself because like I can't grow a beard. It has to be a legitimate reason. Like, I hate myself because I'm unorganized, or I hate myself because I'm lazy, I have no motivation. Those are things you can fix. If that is something you do not like about yourself, that is something you can fix. So fix it. Tyler asks, how's life been treating you recently? Well, Tyler, it's, you know how people say life is a roller coaster? That's how life is treating me. Acer wants to know, would you consider getting Wartazor a brother or sister? Well, for starters, he has Thor. And Thor, good news is that Thor doesn't want to eat Wartazor. Bad news is that he wants to eat Wartazor's food. And he successfully knocked it off of the table and got little fish pellets everywhere. And they're impossible to clean up. But he was like trying to eat them, but they're like not good for him. But anyway. If you're asking if I'm going to get another fish, I cannot, because betta fish like to fight. They like to fight, they're very territorial, and so therefore Wartazor is going to be the only fish in that tank until the day he dies, and then maybe I don't know. Mark wants to know, what is your biggest YouTube regret, if any? Woo! My biggest YouTube regret. Let's think about this. First off, I wish I had taken it more seriously back in the day, because when I did YouTube, and I mean I do YouTube, but like when I did YouTube back in the day, I would just upload literally whatever, and it was fun and it was great and everyone liked it, but I didn't see it as an opportunity for me to do something with my life. I just kind of did it for fun. And now that, you know, there's like sponsorships and people are getting TV shows and podcasts and this and that, I'm like, great. Because there's also like the whole algorithm died, and then also like everyone kind of grew up and my content changed and I changed, but like I could have done something more with myself, but I didn't. And there's another thing too, like I was thinking about it. 5 years ago, I was 20, right? I just moved to LA, but we'll forget that. Wait, when did I move to LA? Ooh, it's almost been 5 years. Sorry. Anyway, to continue on. So let's get back to when I lived in Oklahoma. I hated myself. But here's the thing, is like I noticed I had a lot of like pent up anger towards every other girl YouTuber or gamer there was. And I'm not saying like there was a lot of girls that were just e-girls and they were just annoying, and they're still around. Like I'm not saying that they've just completely disappeared, but like when I was then, it didn't affect me, but I acted like it did. And I really wish I didn't do that, because it's just like, it doesn't matter. Like I let something like that affect me so much. It was just stupid. I don't know. I regret that I felt that way about myself, and I regret that I let it affect me that much. Next question comes from Brandon. Least favorite part about YouTube right now? YouTube right now is really difficult to bring in new traffic, and it's really difficult for people to see your videos. Whereas I don't upload as much, and I like staying under the radar. I've always kind of liked staying under the radar. I mean, you want to grow, you know? You don't want to fall and you don't want to stay stagnant. You want to grow, and it's really difficult to do that on YouTube right now, other than doing like collabs and stuff. But guess who's too shy to freaking do collabs? I ran out of space on my memory card, so if the lighting is different, that's why. Adam wants to know how many bananas for a milkshake. None. I hate bananas. How dare you bring that question to me? I hate bananas. Bananas are grown by Satan himself with the satanic leaves of hell. I hate bananas. Anyone that likes bananas, you can just disassociate yourself with me, because bananas are the devil's fruit. That is what Adam and Eve ate that day. That is what made us sinful, is bananas, because bananas are shaped like... Hey yo, bro 21 wants to know, how did you and Skylar meet? Well, he wanted me to tell you Christian mingle, but that's not the case, and I get really tired of hearing that every single time. So I'm gonna tell you the real story. My friend Brad, he wanted me to bleach his hair one day, so he called me. He was like, hey, do you know how to bleach hair? And I was like, nope. And he's like, perfect, bleach mine. And I was like, great. So he came over to my house, and I was wearing PJs or something. I was wearing PJs, I had my hair up. Luckily, I didn't done my makeup that day. Bless. I was just bleaching his hair. He was on You Now, and he's like, oh, is it cool if my friend Skylar comes over? And I was like, yeah, I don't care, whatever. I was thinking Skylar. This Skylar was a girl. Anyway, so he gets a text, you know, a few minutes later, and apparently it said Skylar was here. He's like, I'm gonna go answer the door. I was like, okay. And then Brad comes running back in, and this really tall dude comes running in behind him, and I was like, that's not a girl. He's like, hi, I'm Skylar. And I was like, okay, he's gay. I know it's probably bad to assume that, but it was just his mannerisms, and literally everybody that meets him thinks he's gay. Brad is also gay, and so I just, you know, gay friends. Like, I just assumed. It's not very good to assume, but I did, and I'm sorry. We're all hanging out, and then Skylar's like, oh yeah, so I'm from Texas. And I was like, no way, me too, what part? And he's like, Amarillo, what about you? And I'm like, Corpus Christi. And so we were talking about Texas, and I'm like, yeah, but I was born in Oklahoma. He's like, no way, me too. And I was like, no way. Like, how many people am I gonna find in LA that are from Oklahoma and Texas? Texas, actually, I understand Texas is a very big state. A lot of people want to get out of Texas because Texas can be very aggressive. But anyway, Oklahoma, what are the odds? Anyway, so we continue talking and we find lots of things in common. The only problem was at the time I had a boyfriend. So as I was talking with Skylar, I was like, yo, this guy's so cool. I'm finally gonna have a friend. Because remember how I've always said for like the past forever, it's really hard for me to make friends. Like super hard for me to make friends. And this guy was so friendly, and he liked all the things that I liked, and he was just super smiley. I don't know, he gave me the impression that he wanted to be my friend, and I really liked that. So we were like, oh, I'm hungry, let's go get food. So we went and got Chipotle, and after Chipotle we went, and Sky was like, oh, I have a really cool like view mountain thing I want to show you guys. We're like, okay. So we like drove like super far away from my house, like went up on this mountain and blah blah, and then I actually vlogged it, I think. I'm pretty sure I did. Skip forward, we look at this view, and this guy was like, hey, Kate, do you want to take a picture with me? And I was like, sure, I guess. I'm not really that photogenic, but sure. So we end up taking this picture, and then we drive back, and we drive back to my place, and then he drops me off, and I'm like, all right, see you guys later. Oh, I forgot to tell you how he got my number. So clever, so clever. I was telling him a story about Thor, of course, because that's like, that was my life at the time, was Thor. And I showed him the most ugly picture of Thor I had. He's like, oh, send it to me. And my dumb ass was like, oh, but I don't have your number. And he's like, well, here, give me your phone. I know, okay, I know. That's like the anyway, so he puts his phone in my number. What? He puts his number in my phone, and then I text it to him, and then bam, he's got my number. Anyway, so skip forward to they drop me after the whole adventure thing. He drops me off at my house. I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, no problem. So they drive off, and I'm home. I'm just enjoying myself. No big deal. What I didn't know, I found this out like a week later, but I didn't know. The whole story is like confusing because everything, anyway, I forgot to add this in as well. Within 10 minutes of meeting me, apparently Skylar had liked me already. How I know this was, before we went to go to Chipotle, we went to Walgreens to pick up Skylar's medication, and Brad had pulled me to the side and was like, hey, just a heads up, Skylar likes you. And I was like, we just met. And he's like, yeah, but he likes you. I'm like, but we just met. And he's like, yeah, but he like really, really likes you. And I was like, why? Skip forward. I knew that Skylar liked me and blah, blah, blah. So when I was at home, the day that we hung out, and Skylar and Brad went back to Brad's house, Brad was you-nowing, and what I didn't know was Skylar was super upset that I had a boyfriend and was just screaming in the background of Brad's you-now, just going, no! But then Edwin texted me and was like, hey Kate, I'm at a bar, do you want to come? And I was like, no, I really hate bars. If you know me, really hate bars. But I hadn't seen Edwin in a while, and he's like, come on, just invite that guy that you hung out with today. Like, you know Skylar, right? And I was like, how do you know Skylar? And he's like, well, I met him at like, what was it, VidCon DC or Playlist DC? I don't know. He's like, we met him there. And I was like, oh, that's okay, weird, small world. So he's like, just invite Skylar. And I was like, okay. So I texted Skylar. I'm like, there's no way this guy's gonna want to go to a bar with me in Hollywood with Edwin. And Edwin's already drunk and I don't want to drink. And then I'm sure he doesn't want to, like, oh. So I text Skylar. I'm like, hey, I know this is like really last minute, but my friend Edwin says he knows you, and like he's at a bar and he wants me to come, and he said like you could come and I'll only go if you go. And he's like, well, I'll go if you go. And I'm like, well, I guess we're going. So we go to this bar. I did vlog this. I remember this part. So we go to this bar and we were not served like water. Like they just took so long, and eventually I was like, do you want to like go? And so I was like, yeah, well, where do you want to go? I was like, let's just go to like Chick-fil-A or something. And so we went to Chick-fil-A and just hung out, and we went back to my apartment. We were eating Chick-fil-A and talking, and it was weird because like when I was talking to him, I was always worried because it's so hard for me to hold a conversation. But talking to him, it just felt natural, and I never felt awkward or uncomfortable. It just felt good, and I was like, this is a great friend to have. He showed me what Rick and Morty was because I didn't know what it was at the time. And we just talked, we stayed up till like 3 in the morning, and then he's like, all right, well, I better go. And I was like, all right, I understand. But I only ever saw him as a friend, and I feel awful. But at the same time, that's how I am with people, which we'll get into in a minute. But that's just how I am, and I just saw him. I was like, he's such a good friend. He's such a fun friend. And then I broke up with the boyfriend at the time, and then I was single. And then Skylar was like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, I need time. And now it's been 2.5 months. Wait, what's today? Today is the 7th. So on the, oh God, 11th? I'm really bad with dates, don't tell him. November 11th, I think, is when we've been dating for exactly 2 years and 6 months. It's a long time. Anyway, to answer your question, Merry Christmas. Bernardo asks, have you ever had any regrets? Yes, I've had multiple, and I feel like that's a part of life. But here's the thing is like, if I had the chance to redo something, I would only redo one, because there was a guy who made me like him and then like led me on, and literally it's the most pointless shit. Like I could just block out something, it would have been that. And like none of you know who it is. I kept it like super secret. You may think you know and like you don't. Like it was nothing. SB Alex says, biggest celebrity crush. Do you know BTS? Ranger Commentary asks, which anime do you want to spend a day as yourself in? Whew. That's a trick question, because most of the anime I watch are scary. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I feel like that'd be cute and fun, but only if I get to be a dragon. Caspa96 wants to know something random and something nice that has happened recently and or for you. What? Oh, something, okay, hold on, something special. This is, hold on, I'm struggling. Something random and nice that has happened recently to and or for you. Something special. It's been like little things here and there. Like someone will comment something on my Instagram and it'll make my whole day happy. Or someone will say something nice on my YouTube video. Or someone will tweet me just a picture of BTS. Like, hey, thought you would want this. Like just completely with no context. And I'm like, yeah, I want that. I don't know, it's like a bunch of little stuff. It hasn't been big stuff, but I really appreciate stuff like that. Lately, I've been having a lot more dark days than I've been having light, and so little positive things like that are super helpful, so thank you. Ron Lockett wants to know, what's the point of staying sober when cocaine exists? Because I like keeping my brain intact, Ron. Fatchetti.Ali wants to know, I probably just butchered your name, I'm sorry. Why haven't you ever gotten Thor a cat friend at home? Because, listen, Ali, Ailey, whatever your name is, have you ever had to clean out cat litter? Ever? One cat is enough. Winter is coming, asks, are you going to Anime Expo? I'm going to try. Harry wants to know, dream job besides YouTube. I want to be a best-selling author. The only problem is I've had the worst writer's block for the past like year. God, it sucks. Like, I'll think of things, I'm like, I've been writing like little ideas down in my phone, but writing it into the book, like I'm just stuck. Like I am capital S-T-U-C-K, stuck. Gabriella wants to know, what is the square root of 26,374? I don't know, do I look like a calculator? Matthew asks, what makes you so engulfed in the love of anime? You know what's weird? I've been getting so many anime questions and I'm not even that like into the community, but for starters, thank you for welcoming me, because secondly, it's like somewhere I kind of feel like I belong for the first time in my life. But anyway, what got me engulfed is I don't know, it's the stories and the drawings. I really like the animations of anime. I know it's kind of weird, like animations. But I really like the art styles and I really like the stories, and I love like, okay, so one of the animes I watch, Haikyuu, does this a lot. It'll just be like a normal drawing, but when something dramatic happens, they simplify the face, like in One Punch Man as well. They simplify the face to where it's just like a circle and a line, and for some reason that just makes me laugh so hard. I love when animes do that. If you have any animes in your mind that you're watching or whatever that do that, please leave in the comments. I wanna watch more of that just because it makes me laugh and I wanna laugh more, you know? Casual Mike 87 asks, what do you hate that everyone else seems to love? Bananas! Bananas. It's not subliminal. What enneagram type are you? I didn't know what enneagram was, so I had to look it up, and it turns out it's the personality type thing. I didn't know I had like that kind of a word for it. But anyway, I took the quiz a long time ago, screenshotted it, but I am a INFP. I don't have it memorized, I had to look it. INFP. So what was it? Introvert. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. Did I? No, I didn't. I just know the first one's introverted. Great. No, it's introvert, N, I don't know what N stands for, and then F is feeling, P is... What was weird was when I was looking up, it shows like famous people that are also INFP or what, yeah, INFP. Can someone explain to me why Mary, Jesus' mother, why is she an INFP? Did she take the quiz as she was giving birth to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior? How is she on here? How does anybody know? Why is she on here? Who did this to you? Yo, it's Fredo wants to know, Chief Keef or Tekashi 69? What the hell is that? Why does Chief Keef sound like what someone would name their vagina, and Tekashi 69 sounds like a sex move? Appreciates, have you ever been attracted to a girl? Are you totally straight? Haha. It comes out. So here's the thing. I have never fully been attracted to someone in my entire life. I know that sounds really weird because I've dated boys. I'm just gonna say this first, I'm straight. I've never been attracted to a girl before, but I've also never immediately been attracted to a guy before. The only person that has ever broken that is Link from The Legend of Zelda and Cloud from Final Fantasy. Those are the two people, they're not even real, but those are the two people that I've ever looked at and been like, I am in love with you. Everyone else, I never felt something for until I got to know them. For the longest time, I thought I was asexual because I didn't feel the way towards people that I was supposed to, or that I was told that I was supposed to. And I always thought there was something wrong with me. And the thing is, you may be like, hey, you like celebrities though. There's a loophole with that, because if you watch enough YouTube videos on someone, it's like you know them. You know? I moved to LA and there was a lot of people at the time that were like really interested in me in the beginning, and I wanted to be interested in them, but I just wasn't. And so like I looked up on Google types of sexualities, because I didn't feel asexual, but I knew I was straight. But why didn't I want to be with somebody? Like it was really confusing, and it was really annoying because I kept meeting guys that were like, you're supposed to want this. For starters, rude, not consented. Don't ever tell a girl you're supposed to want this. And girls, don't ever tell a guy you're supposed to want this. That is a dick move, and you are, oh, I'm getting fired up. Okay. So I googled, and this thing called demisexual popped up, and it made sense. For the first time in my life, something made sense that wasn't demeaning to me, and it didn't make me feel bad. It made me feel like, oh, I have an answer. I think I've mentioned this before in YouTube videos, but it's not one of those things where like if I were to go home and I'd be like, everybody, I have an announcement, I am demisexual. It's not something that is that important. I feel like I have to announce, like, I'm still attracted to guys, but I'm not attracted to them. Like, I have to get to know them, and I have to have this inner deep connection with someone before I can like fully want to like kiss them or be with them or something. Like it's not like I look at somebody and be like, oh, I wanna hook up with somebody. Like I've never had that feeling of I want to hook up with somebody. It's just kind of nice to figure out like something's not wrong with you. That's just how you are, you know? Okay, I'm gonna mess this up, but Kenneth_time_A asks, who is your BTS bias? The real January says, OMG Kate, it would be awesome to be in one of your Q&As. What animal or mythical creature do you most identify with? I actually took a Facebook quiz on this to see, because I was really interested, and I kind of fell for the clickbait thing. But anyway, apparently I'm a unicorn. So my friend Tyler asks, what is your favorite thing you have created that you wish others appreciated in the same way you appreciated making it? Ooh, that's a deep question. I'm gonna make it not a deep answer. So when I did Vlogmas, I made a video called telling myself dad jokes or something, and in my opinion, that is the best video I think I have ever put out. It makes me laugh every time. It made Skylar laugh, and Skylar never laughs in my YouTube videos. Just saying. And it's one of those videos that I really like, and I wanted to make it, and I wanted to make people laugh with it, and I wanted to make people's days a little bit brighter with it, and no one watched it. So if I could have a little bit more appreciation on that video. It's not even like that special, but it's just, it's funny to me. I don't know, I really liked it. I wish other people like saw more of it, but I guess people are like, I don't want to see Kate wearing a fake mustache and glasses and a hat reading herself dumb dad jokes. Okay. And that's all the questions you guys had for me today. The battery died only twice. I ran out of room on my card like 3 times. But we made it through. We did it. Proud of us. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and all that fun stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye!